Hey everybody, long time. I'm just reminding everybody to scroll down to February 26, 2024. The segment is titled Exposing the Propaganda, and it's where I reveal all the BS crap that they're talking about, the border problems and border issues. Okay? And the reason why I'm reminding everybody to review that segment that I did 5 months ago is because I want everybody to understand that one of the big things that Kamala Harris's opposition is going to be going after is issues with the border. And as I've stated many times on this show, a lot of it is a bunch of lies. And exposing the propaganda shows one of those lies, particularly between 8 minutes and 43 seconds and 12 minutes and 6 seconds, I think. Between those two times, I'm just showing you, I freeze frame the video right where all of these migrants are coming in through the border, passing a local policeman, passing a state trooper police officer, all the way up to a border patrol officer who's waving them in and showing them the way onto a bus that takes them to a sanctuary city. Now, they're saying that it's all out of control. They're saying it's overwhelming at the border. They're saying it's an invasion. But during that 4 minutes where I freeze framed that 2 second or 3 second, 4 second, 4 minutes of 4 seconds of footage, a 4 minute pause over a 4 second footage, you can clearly see that there is no invasion. You can clearly see they're not being overwhelmed. There's 3 different types of law enforcement agencies just in that one video clip alone. And they're all just standing around talking. Okay? There's no invasion. They're not being overwhelmed. All of this has been nothing but lies. And again, I'm also reiterating it because this is also my testimony. Again, I'm a delivery driver. I drive all over Texas delivering goods. Okay? Tires to a dealership, paints that this one store doesn't have, so I got to get them from an entirely different warehouse distributing place and take it to an entirely different store that can sell it to that customer that's requesting it. I do all sorts of stuff. I deliver groceries. I've delivered exercise equipment. I've delivered barbecue pits. I've delivered, again, tires. A lot of tires for a lot of dealerships. Auto parts. I've dealt those. I've also water tanks, water purifiers, landscaping materials, all in this little van here. Well, it's not really a little van, but you get what I'm saying. And I deliver them all over Texas. I'm telling you, there's no invasion. We're not being overwhelmed. We never were overwhelmed. An invasion means an army attacking your country. And that's not what happened. It was a bunch of starving, thirsty, dehydrated, defenseless migrants getting rounded up, if not trafficked, and in some cases rescued and recovered, and being arrested without any provocation. Okay? Now the ones in the sanctuary cities, yeah, of course. Because those are the ones that were immediately bussed over to those sanctuary cities once they crossed the border. As you'll see when you scroll down about 5 months back to exposing the propaganda, my segment on my show, exposing the propaganda. you will see the mess that the opposition themselves have made. from my state's governor all the way down to militia rented from other states, all the way down to local law enforcement, state-run funded law enforcement. Okay? There was never an invasion. They were just people being douchebags to defenseless, starving migrants. And exposing the propaganda is just one of the videos that I've done where I've shown what all of these critics are doing, filming this, filming that, filming something like this, filming something like that. But and they're saying one thing, but it's doing nothing but prove me correct, that it's nothing but a bunch of lie by their own video recording admission. Okay? They're calling it something else while showing us an entirely different thing. So, yeah. Everybody out there, if seeing is believing, you're going to want to see that. And I'm bringing it up because even though we're not in November yet, we're not even in September. We're in the last week of August still. But you know the migrant crisis and all of the migrant issues and all of the migrant problems, you know they're going to come up. And you know they're going to stick with their lies. And you know they're going to point the finger at everybody except them. Okay? So, this is just a little reminder. So that way you got something solid to stand on my show. The segment being called Exposing the Propaganda. Back in February 26th of this year. Look at it. You could see for yourself. And then, keep looking at all of the other companies that are doing this. It's not just U.S. stealth media. It's U.S. immigration updates, which is not an actual U.S. immigrant department show. It's a made-up show meant to look like it's the United States immigrant agencies. JRL investigates, I forgot his damn name, and many others. I mean, all you got to do is just type in crisis at the border, and you're going to see a whole buttload of people filming holding facilities saying, hey, what's going on? This is some kind of government facility thing, and we're not allowed to see. Well, no, it's a holding facility. The public's not supposed to go into a holding facility unless they're the ones that are supposed to be held. Or rather, in holding. But that's my beef. You guys, you know it's coming. You know it's coming. They're going to be trying to throw that at the new candidate. They're going to be throwing it at the current president. And all you got to do is just see the factual truth, the facts exposed by the propagandists themselves. Because they're making all of these video recordings and they're showing starving migrants walking by and they're saying it's an invasion. Okay? They're showing escorted migrants to buses and they're saying they're being overwhelmed. Okay? Escorted migrants. They're calling them rapists, murderers, liars, thieves, rapists, burglars, traffickers. But yet the only ones that have been living up to that stereotype are the ones that the Republicans flew and sent on trains to the sanctuary cities without doing background checks, without doing criminal checks, without even checking to see if they were COVID positive. Okay? I've already stated this a cajillion times. I'm going to say it again. I hate to sound like a broken record. but it's the truth. It's the factual truth. And you guys need to be prepared for your work. I work alone, so I don't really have anybody telling me, nah, that's a bunch of BS. But unfortunately, I don't get to tell them what they're saying is a bunch of BS. Their rhetoric is a bunch of BS. I don't get to say that. Not like the way I used to before I started doing this occupation. When I used to work in places with the water cooler, you know, when I used to work in places where you're working in different divisions, in warehouses, in assembly, manufacturing jobs, construction jobs, plumbing jobs, all these other kinds of employment that I used to work in, okay? I used to have employees to put in their place with actual factual evidence. Stuff that the propaganda and the rhetoric that they themselves are following without question. And I get to point out the crap that they're saying, and I get to point out the lies and the false rhetoric bullcrap that they themselves are following. But, don't say but, however, I'm not doing any of that anymore. I'm a driver now. So, I can't defend you guys. I can't speak up for you guys. I can't speak up for the ones that says, well, they're poor defenseless migrants, and yet somebody will say, yeah, but there was a robbery done in New York. So how defenseless is that? And the person that doesn't want to look at them like that sort of looks the other way, backs off and walks away and all this other crap until somebody like me steps up and says, no. You don't blame Biden for that shit. You blame our worthless Texas governor right here for that crap. He's loading them up on buses without giving them background checks. He says, yeah, but we're being overwhelmed. No, we're not being overwhelmed. He's just saying that so he doesn't have to do criminal background checks. Yeah, well, he gets to do that because he's the governor. That doesn't make it right. That doesn't make it right. And the person that knows that it's wrong, you know, my fellow employee that knows that it's wrong just isn't looking up the information like the way I am. You know, you start to see that chest stick out and the head rise, and yeah, I shouldn't be ashamed of believing what I think and all this other stuff. You know, I have a lot of fun defending other employees, especially from these whacked out accusations and rhetoric, you know. But this is my job now. This is the way I'm making a living now. I'm being a delivery dude, delivering all these items, and sometimes groceries, and sometimes, you know, equipment or landscaping material, irrigation supplies. I've also delivered those in this little van. You know, I don't get to talk to anybody anymore. So, hence the reason for this this YouTube channel here. I'm not trying to do it to get likes and subscribes and all that. I'm using it to vent out the way I need to. I'm using it to vent out. Now, don't get me wrong. If you subscribe to my channel, that's great. I'll try to do more what I can for you. But you know, it's not necessary, because again, I'm using this channel just to let out what I need to say concerning this politics and all this stuff, especially as one of the little people out here. Okay? I'm one of the little people. I'm one of you guys. I'm not a representative to shit. I don't speak for any peoples. I'm one of you guys. I'm letting you know what I see, and I'm sharing the data and the information to all of you out there. So, yeah, I mean, once again, Chris's Comments, a show of common sense on common ground, February 26, 2024. Exposing the Propaganda is the title of that segment. Look at it, review it, because you know you're going to have to use that information for the upcoming rhetoric and propaganda horse crap that they're going to be saying in the at the water cooler, in the break room, you know, later on throughout this year. And that's that. You guys, y'all have a good one. You take care. Keep on keeping on, okay? Stay safe out there. Let's get this weekend over with. Start a brand new work week. Brand new day. Y'all take care. Y'all take it easy. This is Chris. Chris's Comments. Signing out.